Hi, welcome to Robyn's Roost. Today we're going to make a fun card with a Japanese theme. It uses the Kintsugi Inspirations Designer Series paper. I don't have the stamp set or the dies, so we're going to swap in a few other items to make this card, but it is a gatefold card, I believe it's called. So we fold it into the middle. And then, of course, we're using cutouts from the Designer Series paper, and we're making this beautiful door. And I believe, I had it written down here somewhere because I can't remember anything. Shoji Doors? I'm probably slaughtering that. I don't even speak English well. Japanese, not at all. But anyways, these pretty doors that you see in Japanese houses where they let the light come in but provide privacy. So anyways, kintsugi is where it's a Japanese craft where you repair broken pottery using some kind of gold. So when the piece is finished, it's even more beautiful than it was when it was whole. And I think it's a great thing for us to keep in mind in our lives. We all have things where we get broken, right? We go through divorces, we have illnesses, whatever. And afterwards we come out of it, we're never the same, right? When these things happen to us, but that doesn't mean that we're not still good. And I think it's a great reminder to us that imperfection doesn't mean that it's not good. It's just not perfect, right? Anyways, let's show you the inside quickly. We are going to make this card as I muddle on in Misty Moonlight instead of the olive that I did this one. But let's flip the camera and get going. So we are going to start with a base of Misty Moonlight, and this is 8.5 by 5.5 scored on each side at 2 1/8. And you could figure the measurements, but it's just easier in my mind to flip it over and score it at 2 1/8 on each side. So this is going to make our card that's folded and meets in the middle. And our base is pretty much ready. Oh, and then we have a piece of the Designer Series paper, and this paper has all gold foils on one side, and then the other side are just pretty patterns. So this is going to go in the middle. I didn't have this on the other card, but I thought we needed a little bit more color. Maybe because it was the blue, I don't know. I was in a mood for it. So we can just go ahead and put this right down here right away. We'll start in the middle on this one. So then, excuse me, I have cut, I actually cut 2 of these ovals, and these are from, let me see if I can find it here. These are from the Impressions of Bloom. It's a floral stamp and die set, and they have 2 of these layering ovals in here. So I cut 2 of this same one, and we're going to stamp on the one, and the other is a border. So I have my stamps right here too. Let's get my other, okay, and I also have a little label that I have die cut with one of the dies from the Unbounded Love die set, because the greetings that we're using on here are also from the Unbounded Love stamp set. So I have chosen to make this one maybe kind of like a wedding card, maybe. So I've got the word love for on the front. Maybe I shouldn't do this on there. Let's see if I can get this centered. Okay. And then on the inside, and I also want to add, and this is just fussy cut from one of my favorite pattern of the paper. This is going to go here. And then I have this greeting. Actually, I have 2 greetings. So it says love never gives up. We're just going to put this on here. And then may all your wishes come true. Okay, so this is going to be our inside. And let's just go ahead and get this part put on. Oh, let's close this. Okay, let's start with this piece. Now, to put this one on, this is actually the outside of the circle, so it's just going to snug right up around here. And I like to just take some liquid glue and run a very light bead around. And then we're just going to put our flower right there. Okay, now we can set that kind of off to the side while we do our door panels. So these two white panels are 1.5 inches by 5 inches. And I have chosen one of the blue colored vases. And for this piece, I've got, this is just fussy cut out of one of the papers. Now, this suite actually has a die that cuts out these like golden cracks, but I don't have the die, so we're improvising. Okay, and then our greeting is going to go up here like this. So now, of course, when you notice that our card is made out of panels, but we're going to put everything on it and then cut it. So I'm going to take some liquid glue because I want it pretty much everywhere so that when I cut it, it's not going to have like spots where I just didn't have any adhesive. So we're just going to put this on the bottom part. And you'll notice this one is going to get cut off a little bit because it's a little bit wider than our paper. Hopefully I didn't have glue too far over on the edge there. So we'll just trim that off with our scissors. And this too is going to have a little bit trimmed off. Let's just get it glued down first and then we'll trim it. And of course, your card is not going to look the same as my card because we're all cutting like little different pieces out. And this, you can either pop this up or leave it flat. Your choice. Doggone, I almost missed the paper. That's not good. Okay, yeah, that's a little too close there. Some days you step over it, some days you step in it, right? Okay, so now the tricky part. So I'm going to pull in my trimmer. And let's just nip these edges off. And if you flip it over to the back side, it's really easy to see where they have to be cut. So that took care of that. Now, I am going to cut this in half the long way to make my window panes, and that's going to be 3/4 of an inch on each side, right? This is scary, right? Cutting that in half. My beautiful vase. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this side. It's going to be the same 3/4 of an inch. Now to cut my my other panels, I'm going to start on the bottom. And let's see if I can move this up here so you can kind of see where I'm doing this. Okay, and you could vary where you cut these. Just make sure that you do both sides the same, or it's going to look a little lopsided, right? So we want, I'm going to do 1 3/4. And that'll be, I don't have to cut my bowl in half there. And then I'm going to cut 1 3/4, and it'll be a little bit smaller on the top. Okay, I'm going to set these off to the side. And we'll get these lined up, and again 1 3/4. And 1 3/4. Okay, and we'll get the trimmer out of the way. And now I've got 2 black pieces that are going to be our mats for our frames, right? These are our door frames. And these are, let me find my measurement here, I wrote it down, 1 3/4 by 5 1/4. Okay, so then we're just going to space these on here. And it looks like maybe, am I going to have enough room here? Oh yeah. It's pretty tight up and down. We've got a little bit more room sideways. So you're just going to want to space them, kind of layer them on where you want them. And then once you kind of have them positioned about evenly where you want them, you can start adhering them down. And I'm just going to use my Stamp and Seal Plus. I mostly use Stamp and Seal Plus and liquid glue for most of my projects. So once you're sure you have everything where you want it, you can go ahead and rub it down good. So we've got one last thing. We need to put some doorknobs on this door so that we can open it. So I just have, it's a 3/4 inch punch, and I'm just going to take a little slice off Let's see if I can get the same amount so that our doorknobs are the same size, or close to the same size. Okay. Let's see if this is going to work. Yep, I think we're good. So we'll just put these right here. And I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on here. Hopefully that wasn't too much. It looked like kind of a lot. Okay, a little bit glue on this side. Sometimes that glue can sure come out fast. Let's see, we need to go down a little. And there is our card. Hope you enjoyed this. If you wanted to purchase this paper or even the actual entire suite, you can find it on my store. It is the Kintsugi Inspirations if you're looking for it. And I've also used the Unbounded Love bundle. Thanks for stopping by at the Roost. Hope you have a great day.